a World War II veteran, an original Marine Raider, and a man who embodies the very spirit of the Corps, Mr. Frank Wright. At 100 years young, Mr. Wright continues to inspire Marines, veterans, and civilians alike with his courage, his sacrifice, and his lifelong commitment to the values of honor, courage, and commitment. This morning, we are gathered not just to celebrate his service, but to recognize it in a way that is long overdue. It is with the deepest respect and pride that the United States Marine Corps is promoting Mr. Frank Wright to the rank of sergeant. So at this time, please join me and let's give Corporal Frank Wright a thunderous applause that he deserves. And at this time, First Sergeant Daniel Podolsky and Colonel Ernest Govea.
Corporal Frank Wright, report to Colonel Gueva. Attention to order. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. Know ye that reposing special trust and confidence in the fidelity and abilities of Frank S. Wright, I do appoint this Marine A Sergeant, honorary, in the United States Marine Corps. To rank as such from the 5th day of August, 2025. Effective with this appointment, you are charged to carefully and diligently execute the duties and responsibilities of a Sergeant of Marines. And I do strictly direct and require all personnel of lesser grade to render obedience to appropriate orders. As a Sergeant of Marines, you must set the example for others to emulate. Your conduct and professionalism, both on and off duty, shall be above reproach. You are responsible for the accomplishment of your assigned mission and for the safety, professional development, and well-being of the Marines under your charge. You will be the embodiment of our institutional core values of honor, courage, and commitment. You will lead your Marines with firmness, fairness, and dignity while observing and following the orders and directions of your senior leaders and enforcing all regulations and articles governing the discipline of the armed forces of the United States of America. Given under my hand at Headquarters Marine Corps this 5th day of August in the year of our Lord. Signed, Eric M. Smith, 39th Commandant of the Marine Corps. David, do I promote Rank Sergeant, please?
First letter from the Commandant of the Marine Corps. Dear Mr. Wright, I am writing to extend my heartfelt congratulations on your honorary promotion to the rank of sergeant. This rare distinction is a direct testament to your noteworthy service as a Marine and as a stalwart member of your community. You served gallantly in our nation's campaign across the Pacific during World War II, from the jungles of Guadalcanal to the volcanic sands of Iwo Jima. Your impact is forever etched into the legacy of our great Corps. Even out of uniform, you remain committed to our veterans, particularly in your advocacy for their mental health. On behalf of all Marines, thank you for your admirable service. The heritage we enjoy today was built by the selfless sacrifice of Marines like you. I hope this honorary promotion provides you with a moment to reflect fondly on your contributions to our Corps. It is well deserved. Congratulations, Sergeant of Marines, Semper Fidelis, Eric M. Smith, General, United States Marine Corps, Commandant of the Marine Corps. Now a letter from Brigadier General Matt T. Good. Dear Sergeant Frank Whippersnapper Wright, on the eve of our 250 years of service to our nation, and on behalf of all the Marines and sailors of 3rd Marine Division, it is my extreme pleasure to extend my sincerest congratulations on your decades overdue promotion to Sergeant of Marines. Because of your selfless actions, alongside the heroic actions of thousands of your contemporaries operating in the Pacific Theater 80 years ago, under the harshest of conditions, and against a foe with significant opposing will and capability, 3rd Marine Division has long been recognized for its distinguished history. This is a history that you wrote in blood, and with unwavering commitment to mission success. Your promotion signifies, among many things, our core commitment to recognizing excellence at every opportunity, and our commitment to never break faith with our own. From the moment I met you in the sweltering heat of Guam, during the 80th anniversary of the island's liberation, I knew I was looking into the eyes of a man who forged a reputation that I and hundreds of thousands of others bask in and feel compelled to live up to daily. You are a Marine who not only overcame more than a few obstacles to be of service to our Corps during time of war, but who also continued to serve long after the war has ended. We owe you much more than just this promotion. We will not let you down. Sincerely, Matt T. Good, Brigadier General, United States Marine Corps, ADC 3rd Marine Division.
Gentlemen, please escort Sergeant Wright back to his seat. There we go.
At this time, I'd like to invite Colonel Ernest Govea to come give a few words.
All right, can you hear me? Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's great to be here. Thank you for being here. And I also want to thank those who made Frank's promotion to sergeant possible today. I know there was a lot of work in getting that, and it's very well deserved, Frank. It's my honor to be your promoted officer today. And I thank you for just for allowing me to be here and be part of this special moment. So thank you for that. And personally, thanks for keeping me with the right drill movements and everything else. I appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for attending and being here. It's a great honor to recognize Sergeant Frank Wright. That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it, Frank?
Hurrah!
Frank was joking with me. He was asking me, okay, how do I get my back pay? And I said, okay, we'll look into that. Yeah, that's a lot of years. Yeah. But I think it's really more than a promotion. It's a way here today at a special event to honor a great American, an outstanding Marine, a servant warrior, and a really good friend. So, short story, because I know it's hot and you've been out here for a while, and my apologies for coming a little bit late, but this was a no-fail mission. I was making my way from Montgomery out here to Stockton, California. But Frank and I met in 2024 in Guam. I was the commanding officer for Marine Corps Base Camp Blaz, and Frank was the Grand Liberator for Guam's 80th anniversary for Liberation Day. As an original Raider and a member of 3rd Marine Division, and I also share that legacy as well with 3rd Marine Division, but Frank came to Guam to be the Grand Liberator and be the Grand Marshal for this great parade. And we got to meet him and talk to him and really understand who Frank is as an individual. Fortunately enough, he came back to Guam earlier this year and stopped. And we had a real connection. My wife Sandra and I got to invite him to come over as well as getting Marvin to our house for lunch. And it is there that I actually got to know the man behind the rank, at the time a corporal, but now a sergeant. He shared stories with us about how he enlisted in the Marine Corps at a very early age. Really, I won't say falsifying, but finagling his way into the Marine Corps because there was a sense of duty and honor. We had just been attacked by the Imperial Japanese at Pearl Harbor, and he wanted to do his part. I also learned about the battles that he was in. 4 battles in the Pacific, right? Guadalcanal. I always forget, it's New Georgia, thank you, Marvin. Okay. New Georgia, of course, Guam, and then Iwo Jima. And as Frank was relaying those stories, we had gone out to our backyard, and at the house that we lived in, there was an overlook. And down, you could see the beach, Assam Landing, Assam Beach, is where Frank and many of his fellow Marines waded ashore under heavy, intense fire onto the beach, fought their way through the jungle and up this hill, and were in a resting spot. They had just taken a break from the fierce fighting that they had done. And Frank was relaying that, I think you were saying that at that time, that's when the Japanese had conducted a banzai attack, and he was fighting hand to hand. Wounded twice, once in Guam, bayoneted in the stomach, and the second time in Iwo Jima, shot through the chest and through his left arm. He would have told those stories. And you could tell, as he was telling us those stories, that he was there, back in the moment, reliving those times. But we also learned about the war, how you had married your lovely wife, which you did afterwards, to continue to be a great American serving this great nation of ours. And so it's with great honor and privilege that I got to be here today, Frank, to share this special moment with you. And I would also say that your legacy lives on, because as I think about it, the Marine Corps is getting ready to celebrate its 250 years in November 10th, right? And so there is a legacy that Frank leads, and so many others here who have earned the title United States Marine. So for the young Marines, the Marines that are still on active duty, the connection is with the Marines who've in the past waded ashore and fought on those jungles to help liberate Guam and all the other islands that were under occupation, right? So it is, Frank, you are always somebody that I look up to. You are an inspiration, as Marvin was saying. You're an inspiration because not only are you a good human being and a good person, but you're always a good Marine. You carry that warrior ethos, honor, courage, and commitment, right? You are dedicated to your community. You are dedicated to your family. You are dedicated to your fellow Marines and your veterans. And sir, it's an honor to be here just to say thank you for what you've done for this great nation. Thank you for what you've done for the Marine Corps. Congratulations on being promoted to sergeant. And Semper Fi. Hoorah!
It's a pleasure, an honor for me to be able to speak to such an audacious crowd. I see some of my favorite ones here, if I may call them favorites. Mama Go-Go. She was 6 months old when I helped to liberate her from the concentration camps on Guam, July 21, 1945. Not very good on the dates, but 44. Anyway, I want to thank she and her son, Judge Go-Go here.
He's not here, he's in DC. So
Not
he sent
here?
me the baby sister.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it very much to see this. And I've been approached already by the district attorney and all. If I ever want to sign up for back pay, he's a good lawyer. I've been put into the Daughters of American Revolution, Sons of American Revolution, and I had 4 grandfathers. If that means anything to anybody else. That was news to me. But thank you very much for everything you have done for me, and I appreciate the Stockton Marine Corps Club on it for arranging this audacious place at Chase Chevrolet to give my people, and I will call you my people, because you came out to support me, and I'll do what I can to support you. And I hope that they all join the Marine Corps. And I would be their leader, and I was proud to be their leader. I learned a lot in my foray in the South Pacific. And I was overseas for 2.5 years. That was just a little over half of my full 4-year history. I was married to my first date that I ever had out of high school. I quit high school to join the Marines. And my future wife at that, I was her first date that she came out. So she said. Anyway, I want to thank them for, I was married for 74 years to that same woman, and we had a hell of a good time. Thank you, guys.
and gentlemen, today we witnessed something truly historic. Would you agree?
Yes.
At 100 years old, Sergeant Frank Wright has once again shown us what it means to be a United States Marine. His courage in battle, his devotion to his fellow Marines, and his lifetime of service to our nation will never be forgotten. On behalf of the Stockton Marine Corps Club, Toys for Tots, and everyone gathered here today, we thank you, Sergeant Wright, for your sacrifice, your example, and your inspiration. Please join me one last time in giving Sergeant Wright a round of applause worthy of a Marine Raider and a true American hero. Semper Fi, Frank.